here. Michael this trying to fall. What's energy? That should be the knockout blow. Spider-Man, Arwin punches and throws fast. And the Furious making things happen. Going in the lane. Scoops it in. Above everybody. Throw down the base. A lot of weapons to push from the back. Raider Jack now looking to push it up. Face no weapon all the way. We're looking at possible milestones here.
Welcome to PBA Super Bowl Sunday, live from the Big Dome, and all eyes are on Sol Mercado as he prepares to face his former team, the Meralco Bolts. I think we can all understand why. Yung kakaibang focus on Sol, as well as yung kakaibang focus on Mac Cardona, who's lost without Sol. Alright, is Meralco, are they losing their way because Sol Mercado is no longer running their offense? Tonight might be a good indication of that. Nico Alini kasama, Senyor Domingo, El Conquistador Dominic. Uy, and Dominic, I think our fans will understand if we'll really go macro on Sol Mercado and his non-relationship now with Meralco for this entire game.
Well, if you look at Sol Mercado, masakit yun na matrade ka. Kahit na anong sabihin mo, even if you're okay with it, syempre sasabihin mo na parang proseso yan para kapag namatayan, or sasabihin mo na, you know, it's okay, but it's really a process. And a process for Sol Mercado. Look at his numbers dito sa Philippine Cup, 19.1 points, and andun yung assist. And in this conference, 15.5 points and 11 assists. So nandun yung laro ni Sol Mercado. But the question in today's ball game, first time na makalaban ni Sol Mercado ang kanyang former team. So there will be that extra gigil na nasa lab dito kay Sol Mercado.
First, Sol, and that's Sol's former coach, Ryan Gregorio, who really insists that trading Sol away was part of a bigger plan. It's part of a rebuilding plan for Meralco.
I'm partially sold.
Why are you partially sold? Ayan, si Sol greeting his former coaches and former teammates. Why are you partially sold to that line of argument?
Well, when you look at Sol Mercado, he was your number one scorer, number one assist man, and of course, he brought a lot of life to your team. But you had also a number of guys na nawawalan ng minuto kapag nandyan yung isang Sol Mercado. Nawawalan ng minuto ang isang Mac Cardona, isang Ronjay Buenafin, and Chris Ross. So you know, you had these guys. Now that you trade Sol, nakakuha ka ng players na kung saan ka nagkulang dati. When you look at it, look at Vic Manuel. Vic Manuel has been playing so well para dito kay Coach Ryan Gregorio. So when you look at that trade, including some of those players, maganda ang nagiging pangitain nitong Meralco Bolts. You know, they're 1-3, but they could have actually been 3-1.
But they're at 1-3.
But they are at 1-3. So yun, yung instant impact dun sa pag-trade kay Sol Mercado, napunta yun sa GlobalPort. Yung impact, makikita mo agad sa GlobalPort. Pero yung impact in terms of yung players na lumipat sa Meralco, you may not see it right off the bat.
Okay, excellent po. Meantime, here's Gary David against Cliff Hodge, and Gary scores the first basket of the afternoon.
Gusto ko rin balikan, Nico, yung sinasabi kanina ni Coach Jojo Lastimosa ni Aaron dun sa active center, the Mac Cardona factor. One thing we've seen, you know, the numbers are there for Mac Cardona, but yung factor na Mac Cardona na tinotont siya ng crowd, him being engaged in the games,
yung tinotont din niya yung crowd.
Not as evident as it was before. Could it be na naghahanap siya na reliving or trying to refigure out yung role niya to become that Mac Cardona? Could be, because you know, everybody noticed that he took a step back when he started playing with Sol Mercado.
I think everyone saw that, and I'm sure even Mac felt that. I suppose yung sinasabi mo kanina na maybe people need to be more patient with this Meralco team and how they will benefit from the move to trade Sol away. Maybe nga you would see the first 3, 4, 5 games. It's, I guess, pwede siyang process.
At mahabang proseso yan. You know, when you trade your number one guy, it also tells everybody on that team that nobody is untradeable.
Meantime, Marky and Mac Cardona getting into extracurriculars here as Sol misses the layup. Here's Ross. Oh, Eric Dawson, and shot was blocked, but there was contact underneath. I believe laban kay Japet. Yep, first personal laban kay Japet.
Yung mga taong nag-benefit lumipat itong si Sol Mercado sa GlobalPort. Well, his really good friend at Meralco Bolts, itong si Chris Ross, was evident in that last game of theirs when he scored 9 points in that fourth quarter. And he's been really leading and the leader para sa Meralco Bolts, Coach Ryan Gregorio was even saying he's definitely picked up that leader role, and he feels that the chemistry that the Meralco Bolts has now, he feels that it'll just take a little bit more time na maipakita nila yung kumbaga nakita nila na hindi nakita ng lahat, only the guys within the team saw.
Here's Mercado against good friend Chris Ross. Gary David is on the move. Shot clock down to 8. This is the first game of our Super Bowl Sunday. Mamaya mag-aarap ang Sandy Coffee and Pocket Text. Shot clock winding down and tumapak si Sol Mercado on the baseline.
We've been talking a lot about the Meralco Bolts and the changes that they made, but let's talk about GlobalPort. Itong GlobalPort coming off a big loss against Pocket Text, that 20-point loss, and I felt they stopped playing in the middle of the third quarter and just couldn't recover anymore in the fourth.
Hodge will go and Reynolds. Oh, shot erased by Japet. Dawson bounce pass. Macardona connects.
Macardona, they need him to score. He's been scoring 15 points, averaging about 58% from the 2-point field goal. But you feel that the Cardona, like you mentioned, yung magdadala ng isang team na talaga siya yung focus, the center of it. Let's see if he can rekindle back that personality.
Meantime, splendid move mula kay Japet. Check this out.
Japet Aguilar just showing everybody that he can take it to the basket when he's given enough space. And I feel that ever since he went to the United States, malaking improvement ni Japet of trying to get to the basket.
He's becoming a matchup problem for traditional power forwards. Japet plays the 4 spot for GlobalPort. So yung mga katapat niya normally, post defenders, they need Japet way outside perimeter, and Japet can take them off the dribble.
At yung ginawa ni Japet doon, he was actually, hindi siya nakaharap sa basket So he spun around first before he used his quickness to get around his defender.
2-point game para sa GlobalPort. The early moments of the opening quarter, and Mac Cardona will miss. That is own miss and scored. Ayan na si Mac already asking the Coliseum, ano ang height mo? He was of course referring directing that question to Justin Williams.
Well, I saw it a couple of times nung kalaban nilang Rain or Shine. He shot over their import na si Bruno Shundog. And that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see, yung enthusiastic na Mac Cardona.
Here's Cardona. Nice pass for Cliff Hodge. And Hodge will miss. Here's Justin Williams. Handoff para kay Sol. We're tied at 5 apiece. And Mark Lee will miss. Marky and Mac Cardona. You know, from the very start of the game, they have not stopped. Ayan na. Pagpapanggaan sila. Nag-aasaran sila. Giving each other dagger looks.
And you know, I feel that's one thing you don't want to do against the Mac Cardona.
Why?
You don't want to awaken. Hindi na pwede kraken kasi yung kraken.
Oh, Japet erases the teardrop. You don't see that every day. Here's Gary. Japet. Japet erased by Dawson. That will be last touch on Cliff Hodge. Great action so far in the opening quarter.
Ang ganda dito kay Eric Dawson. Yung unang game niya, he scored a lot, but wasn't really too much of a factor on defense. But their last 3 games, even if they lost, you could see yung stepping up yung effort of Eric Dawson, trying to block shots, stepping into the lane, getting the charge.
4 points today para kay Gary David. It's a 2-point lead once again para sa GlobalPort. This is becoming a delectable matchup. Marky against Mac. Even giving up that foul, si Marky tinulungan si Mac. Pagkatapos, here's that block shot mula kay Japet. And touche, says Dawson. Ito lang, ha?
Dapat magpasalamat si Mac sa kanilang import. Nabawian agad.
Oh. Hodge. No. Dawson. Back to Hodge. Hodge will miss. More try. Good decisioning. Yung shot back for the Meralco Bolts.
And that's a Reynal Hugnatan for you. Play smart, doesn't force things when it's not needed.
Foul given up by Gary David.
That's his first team foul, number 4 on the line.
First personal laban kay Gary. That would be the 4th team foul against GlobalPort. Shot clock reads 6. And Reyno goes up against Justin Williams. A gutsy move, but did not produce points. And it's, Saul to chop it on a 4-on-0 fast break.
What a great pass by Saul Mercado, exciting his crowd. And this is something that GlobalPort needs, because you look at this, Saul Mercado, he looked back, he saw Japet. This is probably something that they've done in practice, and Japet Aguilar stuffing it down. And they need this. You know, coming off that 20-point loss, you need impact plays like this by the two guys who have just joined you this conference.
But you know what? You go back to Reyna, look at it. He's such a veteran. Wala siyang pake. If you have an alley-oop, ibig sabihin nun, 4-0 break sa kabila,
Lamang kayo sa kabila.
lamang kami sa kabila. That's how fast he was able to make an attempt. Yan ang veterano.
Yan ang ginagawa mo rin kapag yung kalaban mo madaming fans. Hindi mo pinapabayaang mag-cheer at mag-celebrate masyado yung kabila. Bilisan mo yung laro para makabawi kayo agad.
Exactly. Meantime, here's Gary. Gary pulling up short. Rebound picked up by Mac Cardona. Sitting opening quarter so far between GlobalPort and Meralco. We're near the halfway mark of the opening quarter. Hook shot, Dawson, no go.
Good defense that time by GlobalPort. One of the things that's what they need to work on, yung kanilang depensa, yung interior defense, and not just rely on Justin Williams.
There's a pull up with Gary. Here's Mac. It's right by Sol. Excellent save by Mark Yee. Here's Justin Williams. Shooting foul by Reyna Lugnatan, but it looks like 2 free throws para kay Justin Williams. Yes, 2 free throws.
That's just a smart foul by Reyna Lugnatan. Alam niya, hindi naman niya masusupalpal eh. Didaanin lang niya, kumbaga sa PXC, ground.
Bulang. Bulang. Back in a moment.
Talaga namang inaabangan itong unang pagtatapat ng Meralco at ng GlobalPort after that very crucial trade a week before the conference. Inamin sa akin ni Coach Ryan na kahit nakakaisang panalo pa lang sila at 3 talo, hindi pa naman daw siya nagpapanik dahil mahaba pa ang conference. At this point, the most important perspective that they have to focus on is on how they can progress and perfect their approach on the game. They should be more concerned about themselves because that is what they have complete control over. Kaya naman, sa kung ano mang opinion ang gustong marinig ng mga tao about facing Saul Mercado after that trade, well, he chooses not to be dragged to the showbiz side of things because there's work to be done. Balik sa inyo.
Kung sabihin ko showbiz answer yun. Delo ko lang. Biro lang. No,
Hindi ka ba mahilig sa showbiz?
Sports lang ako. But you know what? Si Coach Ryan, I think it's also part of his job. Not necessarily to deflect the issue, but to make sure na to not make it a Meralco against Sol thing or a Ryan Gregorio against Sol Mercado thing. I respect that. He doesn't want to transform this game into something that seems personal.
And especially year 1 and 3, you want to focus on the bigger picture. So you don't want to focus Sol ang kalaban natin ngayon. You know, you made that big decision. You have to sell that decision not just to your fans, your team, to everybody. Ano ba ginawa? Okay, ito ang gusto natin ma-achieve. Ito yung moves na kailangan natin. So you want to be able to stay focused on the bigger picture, not just the small things. The small things, maybe if they were 4-0, then it could be different.
You know what? If they're 4-0, we would stop asking why he traded Sol away. That's just being very honest.
Yes, of course.
I'm channeling my inner Jolas. Hindi mo siya hindi pwede siya gumanti halftime.
Oh.
They're watching and listening right now.
They have the final scene. May second game pa sila eh.
Hi, Jojo. Job 7 ang ating score ng mga GlobalPort with under 5 minutes to go. Cliff Hodge.
And that's what you need if you're Cliff Hodge. You haven't been playing too many good games this conference in terms of scoring, but you have an impact play like that. You play good defense, magkaroon ka ng ganon, the coaches will applaud you.
Japet. Markey left open. Rebound Dawson. Meralco down by 3 and they have the basketball here. Cardona. Extra pass, Sugnatan. And Ross will organize with 3:47 remaining sa opening quarter. Here's Dawson, open shot, good pass from Chris Ross.
Another good setup job by Chris Ross. That's assist number 3 for Chris Ross.
You think si Chris Ross is an underappreciated playmaker? Maybe because kasi parang wala kasi siyang maybe points kaya hindi na mapansin yung rebounds niya as Gary connects. Yung rebounds niya tsaka assists niya. I don't know.
I think he'll be a more or a harder guard or harder guy to guard if he starts making his jumpers, and he's working on that.
He made those crucial jumpers in the last game,
and he's got to believe that he can make them consistently. It's one thing that you practice it in practice, being able to make it consistent in game. But Chris Ross, what a pass to Cliff Hodge.
There's that alley-oop. You know, Cliff Hodge, someone needs a big game. You know, like a breakout game.
I think the entire Meralco Bulls need a breakout game.
Yeah, tama. At 1-3, yes. I totally agree. Vic Manuel is not part of the story today. Coming in, replace Cliff Hodge. J.R. Reyes is also in para kay Eric Dawson. Ron J. Buenafe also part of the ball game. Mac Cardona is now on the bench. Si Ron J has been producing points for Meralco. I know we've been harping on Mac, to be the old Mac, but si Ron J has been been very reliable para dito sa Meralco Bolts.
And you want Mac Cardona to be more aggressive in terms of scoring towards the basket. Ron J. Buenafe, you want him to score a little bit more from the outside. Why?
Give you 3-point shots.
Give you 3-point shots kasi injured pa itong si Josh Van Landing.
Although he's in uniform right now, maybe we'll see him play tonight. Gary connects with 3.
Gary David was able to get his points last game, but naggaling yun dun sa free throw line. In today's ball game, Gary David a lot better in terms of the field goal. 3 out of 6.
2.5 ang natitira in the opening period. 4 ang lamang ng GlobalPort. Here's Japet, hand off Willie.
Willie Miller going to work early in the first quarter. There's one guy rin na pagdating ng Sol Mercado and Japet Aguilar, Willie Miller hasn't really been showing up in the scoring department, but today Willie Miller getting that little hook and the foul.
Willie coming off the bench and scoring off the glass, extending GlobalPort's lead to 19-13. Here's the guy that Meralco expects to fill in the huge shoes of Solomon Mercado. He's a playmaker, and he could evolve into a lethal scorer if we're going to base it on how he performed in the fourth quarter of the game against Petron.
Well, the key is, or magiging turning point para dito kay Chris Ross, once his defenders start respecting his outside shot.
For more on Ross, let's go to Erica Padilla.
Chris Ross's performance last game validated that he is indeed deserving to be part of the elite point guard group. However, according to Coach Ryan, the challenge is to be consistent. And mukhang medyo challenge ulit ang consistency na yan ngayong makakatapan niya ang kanyang best friend na si Sol Mercado na isa sa mga tao he's very competitive with. Dinagdag pa niya that he's looking forward to this game, pero more than focusing on going against Sol Mercado, mas importante ang kanilang team play so they can better showcase their greatest asset of playing hard and competing till the end with a lot of heart. Balik sa inyo.
See, we can connect that with what Ryan Gregorio was saying. They're not going to focus on Sol. They're not going to worry about whether, Sol wants to do like a revenge performance and score 60 points. Ang problema ngayon ng Meralco is their 1-3 record. And focusing on Sol won't necessarily solve that.
If you focus on Sol, you limit Sol, but you end up with a loss. Wala din.
Because you to score.
Aguilar ka, you have a Willie Miller. So you want to be able to focus on in collective effort ng GlobalPort, especially GlobalPort, is 2-2. Coming off a big loss pa against Talk and Text.
Here's Willie against Vic Manuel. Used to be teammates. Over to Japet. Japet pulling up off the glass.
That's a good setup job by Willie Miller. forced to help yung depensa ng Meralco, leaving Japet Aguilar wide open. May not have been intentional yung off the board shot.
Basta, yan mo na.
Basta pasok.
Here's Ronjay. That will be last touch on Eric Dawson.
If you look at the 4 games of Eric Dawson, the first one, definitely good. Yung second one, so-so. Third and the fourth game, the effort na pinapakita ng kanilang import na si Eric Dawson is fitting for him being wanted by another team as well.
Who was in the game? JP Belenchon. He's always one of the dreaded shooters in the NCAA. And I was trying to find a home because GlobalPort pull up, Willie, no go. Belenchon saves the ball to the wrong man. And here's Ross. Asa, Dawson wide open.
Just looking on the court, it's just amazing. Yung transition, yung change ng mga kulay ng mga sapatos ngayon ng mga basketball player. You have bright orange.
10 years ago, hindi natin maisip ganyan yung mga huli ng basketball shoes. Here's Sol for 3.
Noong una nga lumabas yung mga itim na sapatos.
Big deal na yun. Here's
Orange.
Big Manuel scoring against Belenchon. I mean, you saw that in the NBA All-Star game. Dito pa, parang may nagpasabog ng Eminem sa court. And then, of course, siyempre, the sneaker game is such a global thing right now. You have different colors and yun. Like 30 years ago, it was just white.
That's it.
White with maybe, red trim or blue trim, but it's predominantly white. Then nauso yung black. So everybody went black. Right now, it's just any color all these shoe companies can think of. People buy it, people enjoy it.
The great thing about it is individuality. You're able to express yourself, and that's why you also like Willie Miller with that shot. You like Willie Miller scoring in today's ballgame. But yung individuality and talking about social media, everybody's able to express what they need. And I'd like to tie it in with what Meralco and Coach Ryan Gregorio has been doing. They feel with that trade, now everybody is heard.
You know who wants to be heard? Sol Mercado and the GlobalPort Batang pair. They're trying to show that they're the most exciting team in the PBA right now. And it's a valid, legit argument because of their valid and legit airborne plays. Meralco wants to do the same thing with Chris Ross and Cliff Hodge. It's been entertaining so far. Lamang ang GlobalPort at the end.
Second quarter.
Well, kami nagagalak na makasalo kayo ngayong linggo ng hapon. It's PBA Super Bowl Sunday, live on Active. Nico Alili with Dominic Uy and this Erica Padilla taking care of broadcasting duties for this first game. Mamaya, talk and text against Sadning Coffee. Ronjay Buenafe, tinawagan ng foul. That will be his first team foul against Meralco in the second period.
At the end of that first quarter, I mentioned about everybody being heard. When you take out a Sol Mercado, he commands so much attention. He's scoring, he's getting the assist. And when you trade for somebody as good as Sol, you need everybody now to make a collective effort to try to fill in those shoes, not just one guy. So, when you say everybody being heard, humihingi ka ng mga bagay-bagay dun sa hindi ginagawa ng iba dati, and now they will get that recognition.
Shot clock winding down. It is Willie against Ronjay, and Willie turns around. Rebound, JRS. Paul Artadi now part of the ball game as well. Joining Dawson, Ronjay, JRS, and Vic Manuel. There's Artadi, goes to the right. To Dawson. Dawson attacks. Dawson, shot erased by Japet. Tapos last touch pa kay Dawson.
Good defense that time by Japet Aguilar. And that's the beauty of having a Japet Aguilar and a Justin Williams sa isang koponan. You have two shot blockers just waiting to try and block those shots.
JP Belenchon, that's his forte.
You want the young guys, especially for GlobalPort, to make a name for themselves. They got Belenchon, this conference. You want them to be able to give you quality minutes, especially in an import-laden conference, where the little guys can make a difference in spurts.
Here's Vic Manuel. Tadi. 26-19, GlobalPort on top, and Dawson
Eric Thompson.
really challenging the defense of Japet Aguilar.
Japet Aguilar, kinuha niya yung strong side nitong si Eric Dawson. He realized that, able to go and spin the other side, got the 2 points.
2 minutes having gone by in the second period, and GlobalPort protecting a 5-point lead. Jordan, good extra pass for Willie Miller.
Miller averaging only 4 points this conference so far. Now he already has 8 points.
I felt Junel Baculi would eventually make the adjustment as Manuel attacks. Because remember, they started this conference. Willie was part of the starting unit. And naturally, most of the shots went to Gary and Sol and Japet. You put Willie in the second unit as Belenchon connects again. He's an outside threat. And with Willie there and Belenchon there, now this GlobalPort second unit looks so much better.
It looks so much better when you have guys coming off the bench being able to score. First 3-point shot, Willie Miller. Later on, you'll see their other guy coming off, JP Belenchon, with another 3-point shot. And that's what you need for GlobalPort. Malakas na yung first 5 mo, yung second 5 naman.
Willie Miller and the GlobalPort Batang pair opening up a 32-21 lead. For more on Willie, let's go to Erica.
Okay naman daw ngayon si Willie Miller sa bago niyang role, which is ang tagapag-alaga ng second group as long as nananalo. Kasi daw syempre kapag natatalo, may problema daw siya. Ay, may problema daw ang team. Pero wala naman daw siyang problema stepping back offensively. He can't be too aggressive at the moment kasi kailangan daw niyang alagaan ng execution ng kanyang second group. And that's to put them together first para magawa ang play. Balik sa inyo.
Paffarelli connects. That's a play. Let's go back to Erica's report about Willie. Para pala siyang good shepherd. Kasi siya, pending the clock.
Oo. Diba? Well, yun ang kagandahan naman nitong si Willie Miller. He knows already. He's been in the league for quite some time. Na kumbaga, yung sinasabi ng ating mga magulang na papunta ka palang pabalik na ako. Ilang beses na naramdaman yan ng isang Willie Miller.
Wow, what about JP Belenchon? I think, hindi naman lahat siguro napanood siya dati sa NCAA. If they did watch him, they're not surprised. I'm sure most of the PBA fans are wondering, wow, where did JP come from?
So even when during the draft, magtataka yung mga iba, saan ba nanggaling yan? Bakit ba kinukuha yan?
Kinuha yan precisely because of his outside shooting.
And that's something that you will always need in a basketball game. You need somebody who can connect from the outside. Balikan na lang natin yung mga Ruel Gomez. Diba pinapasok sila just for that shot.
Naning Valencia.
Ayun.
Alex Crisano said hello to Ray Guevara in an illegal way.
You always like the energy that Alex Crisano gives you.
Alex. That's why he's the showstopper. Because sometimes the show stops. Pag ginagawa siya sa game. Sometimes lang naman.
But the fans always enjoy Alex Crisano.
So back-to-back fouls on Alex.
Alex Crisano, he did a good job before Eric Dawson got the basketball. When Dawson started dribbling, he used his hands to push off Eric Dawson. Eric Dawson now with 6 points. And Alex Crisano trying to figure out ano bang kailangan niyang gawin para madepensahan itong si Eric Dawson. Still working on the referee.
Alex having a fearsome conversation with the referee Ray Yante. Now JP on the move. Missed the layup. That's a confident move from a guy who came off the bench and knocked down his outside shots.
And taking on Mac Cardona straight to the basket. And the good thing about JP Belenchon, hindi lang siya nag-rely dun sa kanyang outside shooting. Alam na, natitira siya sa labas. Sinaksa kanya itong si Mac Cardona.
Miller, what a turnaround by Willie.
Just so easy for Willie Miller. 10 points in the ball game.
Over 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Missed by Dawson. Good defense by John Dan Salvador. The ball will go to GlobalPort. Chris Ross back in the ball game, replacing Paul Artadi. Is John Dan. 12-point lead for GlobalPort. Shot clock down to 10. JP. Oh, they left him open. Why? Why?
You gotta credit yung 2 screens na binigay ni Alex Cresano and John Dan Salvador. Yung unang screen, nakasunod itong si Cardona. But off that, the staggered pick coming off the baseline, hindi na nakahabol si Cardona.
Remember what we were talking about right before the break? Na yung malakas na yung starting lineup ng GlobalPort, matinik din yung second unit nila. They have El Granada in the starting unit, and it seems like they now have Junior Granada. The second unit. He's been knocking down outside shots from the moment he stepped on the court.
11 points in the second quarter for JB Belenchon.
You choose Junior Granada or Baby Granada. It's your choice.
Granadito.
Granadito. You can read lips. So that will be the third person on Alex. And he collided with Eric Dawson.
Alex Cresano looks like he's been hitting the gym. Parang lumaki pa ng katawan itong si Alex Cresano.
Malaki naman malaki katawan niya.
Hindi, parang lumaki pa nga eh.
You tell me.
Baka tumutulong sa pera.
You tell me. Kailan naging maliit ang katawan ni Alex sa PBA?
Hindi, mas maliit dati.
Really?
Oh,
when? What was this? Serious? Like 6'7". Just maliit.
Hindi, lumaki
Yung frame,
pa.
frame.
Oh, nakikita mo naman yung mga braso niya.
Okay.
oh.
I get it. Hindi kaya parang 3D effect lang yun ng mga tattoo niya. Parang nagmumukhang illusion na
Mas lumalaki?
Mas lumaki yung mga bicep niya. Bago yung titignan mo ng mga 10 minutes tapos nilalabas na. Uy, may boat. Pag lumayo ka. Oh, may boat. Alright, we're almost halfway done here in the second quarter. GlobalPort, I mean, they are steadily increasing this lead. Tama, pa si Junior Granada. Si El Granada na ulit. Here's Jordan to El Granada. No, not that time.
Nico, 11 points in 5 minutes from si JP Belenchon. You know, you talk about Talk and Text, why have they been so successful rather? It's because yung kanilang second group is able to sustain what the first group has done or even lampasan pa yun. And that's what the teams that are consistently in the championship, that's what they need to be able to get there.
Good drop pass. Cardona to Hodge.
If you're Meralco, you're down now by 11 points. You don't want to speed things up and throw up crazy shots. Cardona doing the right thing, attacking the defense. Nung may nag-help, pinasahan itong si Cliff Hodge.
Missed by AJ Mandani. Meralco on the run. Sol against Crisano. Pinapik ni Papa Ray, and it's now with Willie Miller. Here's Gary. Good hesitation move. The shot was blocked by Dawson. Wala pa rin ng GlobalPort. Gary again. Oh, good swipe by Mandani.
That was actually a pass like Chris Ross to Cardona. Hindi lang umabot yung pasa. But Mandani being right there to get that steal.
GlobalPort up by 11 big points. They're leading by as many as 15 here in the ball game. Left to shoot. Mandani. That was intended for Justin Williams. Here's Ross to Cardona. And quick hands by AJ Mandani.
2 times down the floor. Mabilis ang kamay nitong si AJ Mandani. One of the problems of the Meralco ball so far in this ball game, yung kanilang scoring, obviously 29 points lang yan. But their field goal percentage, measly 25%. Pagdating naman dito sa GlobalPort, they're shooting 49% from the field.
5 minutes remaining in the second period. Jordan. Again, another pass na dapat para kay Justin Williams was hijacked. Here's Ray Guevara. Meralco has time to trim down this deficit. Feel better about themselves. I think at halftime, but Hodge had nowhere to go against Justin Williams. A lot of passes, yung mga yung patawid ng half-court line, natatapik-tapik both teams actually.
So that means that they're playing
Something's wrong with
defense.
Justin.
Oo, mukhang natamaan siya.
Willie Miller. Wow, outside connections. Plenty for GlobalPort.
In the third quarter, GlobalPort with 3 3-point shots in the second quarter rather. And it's been Willie Miller and JP Belenchon, two guys who have scored para sa GlobalPort.
Hodge with a miss. Miller again.
If you know Willie Miller, pag tira pa lang niya tumalikod na siya, he knew that shot was gonna go in.
Wow, GlobalPort Batang Pair is pouring it on dito sa second quarter. They're doing it defense, a lot of outside shooting.
When you look at GlobalPort, in the second quarter, it's been a Willie Miller and a JP Belenchon show. Willie Miller with the 2 points, making it look so easy. A 3-point shot for Willie Miller. And this time, JP Belenchon for a wide open 3-point shot. 11 points in the second quarter. What a game from this rookie, JP Belenchon and GlobalPort, Batang Pier.
Thurs is back. The adjustment was, nilagay siya sa second unit. He became the focal point of the second unit. And now he has 16 points.
Willie Miller, nag-aabang-abang lang pala. Pinababayaan lang muna yung mga iba. Pero nung tumingin sila, uy, kailangan nga pala natin si Willie Miller. Bigyan natin ng minuto. And yun, nagpakita itong si Willie Miller. But this guy on your screens, JP Belenchon, it's been a revelation.
JP is JG.
Junior Granada.
Maybe we should stop building him up. Kasi baka ma-double team na yan sa next game.
Pabayaan mo muna yung laro.
Bayaan mo na natin na ano. Here's Willie. At that time, but he got his own miss. He goes baseline. He lost it. 3.5 remaining in the second period. Ross, the Sunday with a Sunday special.
Those are the things that you need from the guys coming off the bench. Impact points, impact plays. Sunday Salvacion coming in off the bat, now getting a 3-point shot.
Lamang pa rin ang GlobalPort, 46-32 as we approach the last 3 minutes of the second quarter. There's another steal by Ross. Shot clock down to 6. Sol. Willie to Gary for 3. Jonathan with a rebound. So bagong shot clock for GlobalPort.
Very important for Meralco. They can't rely on their import for the rebounds. They need a team effort para makakuha ng mga defensive rebounds.
Justin Williams. Not really an outside shooter. Ross dives for the ball. Possession will go to GlobalPort.
Justin Williams only with 1 point in this ball game, but they haven't needed his points as of yet. They are leading by 14 points in starting second quarter.
We'll be back after this timeout. Well, we talked about Meralco's main man, Mac Cordona. We want to see him do that again. Yung attitude, yung angas, yung swag. Do you know the term swag? Are you familiar with the term? The aggression, you know?
Yan.
The in-your-face attitude. Yan.
Ikaw ba? Meron ka dyan?
Bagets lang yan, bro. Lahat tayo niyan. 2.5 to go in the second period, and Sol goes to Japet. Japet against Sundatan. Shot clock reads 8, and JP Belenchon now misses as we go to Erica.
Sinabi ni Mac Cardona na madalas sa crucial breaks ng laro sila nadadali. Sa dulo daw sila nakakakommit ng turnovers at hindi nakakashoot. Kaya naman their past practices have been focused on perfecting their plays at paulit-ulit na shooting para masigurado ang mga tira. Pero more than the plays daw, lalong mapapadali ang laro if they will truly believe that they can win. Kailangan lang daw nilang bumangon, and the game against GlobalPort is a good chance na makabawi para ipakita ang paniniwala at pagtitiwala sa isa't isa. Sa inyo na.
Salamat. Gulo-gulo natin. Kapos tuloy yung free throw ni Justin. Gulo-gulo nyo eh. But anyway, nonetheless, lamang ng GlobalPort dito, 46-32. 2:11 remaining in the second quarter. What luxury for GlobalPort. I mean, your import is not scoring a lot. It's probably rebounding a lot. But you're up big here, but here's Matt Cardona with that teardrop again.
They need Cardona to score. Actually, they need the entire team to score for Meralco, not just their import. You know, you're talking about GlobalPort. Yung kanilang import, hinahanapan naman talaga nila yan ng depensa. If a Sol Mercado is able to create, or Gary David is able to create and then dish it off to their import, getting that pass or getting an offensive rebound, that's what they want him to do.
Meralco down by 12. Here's Sunday. Reynolds. Ball goes back to Reynolds. Nice fake. That's just a savvy move. Reynolds Francis Hugnatan.
Francis?
Yes.
Francis pala yung middle name. Tagal ko naging kakampihan, hindi ko nalaman yun.
Ganyan ka kasi kakampi. Alam mo, ganyan ka katrabaho. Inaalam yun.
Ako, alam ko yung sa'yo, ha?
Wala naman ako middle name eh.
Alam ko yung first name mo.
Aba, dapat lang.
Hindi Miko.
Oo.
Diba? Pati middle name.
Malalaman mo lang, nung ginawa mo kung groomsman ba ako sa kasal mo. Jonel Baculi, his team enjoying this 10-point lead, but in the meantime, we will look at Reynald Hugnatan. Fun story about Reynald. When he was trying out for, I believe, the University of Manila, sinamahan lang niya yung kaibigan niya. Nasang plano. Yung kaibigan niya talaga yung desididong mag-varsity. Siya yung nakuha. Yung kaibigan niya. Hindi.
Hindi mo sinabi ko kaibigan, dapat di na lang kita sinabi.
Oh, yun na nga eh. Pero minsan, stuff like that happens.
At least yung kaibigan niya, popular na ngayon.
I'm not sure yun yung way na gusto niyang sumikat, ha?
Kailangan alamin natin sino yung kaibigan
The only
niya.
thing I hope that they're still friends. Yun na yung hangarin ko for them.
Hindi, di ba? Pag nagkakwentuhan, di pwede niya sabihin, alam niyo.
Yung dapat yun. Here's Sunday. Meralco closing in here. At least that deficit is down to single digits. Here's Sunday for 3. Yes, sir!
Sunday coming off the bench, back-to-back threes. They need his scoring. Also to open up that defense. Dahil nandiyan isang Justin Williams at ang Japet Aguilar. They need to be able to open it up to get open itong si Cardona and Chris Ross for layups.
Here's Sunday again!
It is Sunday. It is Sunday. What a three-point shot again for Sunday Salvacion. 9 points in the second quarter.
Meralco battling back here. You know, Meralco is all about their savvy veterans. Kanina it was Reynald Hugnatan. Now it's Sunday Salvacion, who's perfect from Rainbow Country. 3 out of 3, and that is impact coming from the bench. So that big GlobalPort lead is gone.
At paano ba nakalamang itong GlobalPort? Sige, Miko, ikaw muna.
Nakalamang sila dahil kapag salamatan natin yung ating radio partners. 90.7 Love Radio, 101.1 Yes FM, 96.3 Easy Rock, and DZSR 918 Sports Radio.
Pinag-uusapan natin yung bench. Bakit ba nakalamang itong GlobalPort? Yung bench scoring, Willie Miller and JP Belenchon. Bakit nakabalik itong Meralco? Bench scoring din, Sunday Salvacion.
So time winding down dito sa second period. The GlobalPort, their lead down to 3. Chapin. 2 seconds to shoot. Okay, Meralco has fouls to give. Here's Chapin. Good pass to Gary.
Great spacing that time for GlobalPort. Getting an easy shot, that wide open layup for Gary David.
So at the end of the first, wait a minute. Okay, they just reviewed it for a bit, our officials did. We'll take a second look. Here's Chapin. Excellent pass for Gary. Yep, very much in time.
A lot of time to spare for Gary David getting that 2-point shot. 5 points na ang lamang ng GlobalPort against Meralco.
48-43, Active Center. Next, we'll go back to Active Center at the end of this game. Meantime, we're back inside the Big Dome. Lamang ang GlobalPort, 48-43. This was a 15-point lead for GlobalPort, but Meralco doing a wonderful job bouncing back towards the end of the second period. Miguel Lili with Dominic Goy, and Dominic, GlobalPort seemed very much in control. What did Meralco do to climb back in this game.
Yung mga veterano. The second group came in, guys like Sunday Salvacion, Reynel Hugnatan, and they got to the line. They made their 3-point shots by Sunday Salvacion at nakapunta nila sa linya with those free throws.
Now let's establish first why so much attention has been given to this game. Sol Mercado only 2 points. He has 5 assists. Spiked by that nice off the backboard setup for Japet Aguilar. Sol, okay, the 5 assists, not surprising. The 2 points, maybe.
Well, the good thing about Sol Mercado is yun nga, triple threat itong si Sol Mercado. He can shoot, he can pass, he can drive. So, the points may not be coming yet, but expected to come in the third and the fourth quarter. You know, and itong si Mac Cardona, his shot chart, 6 points, 3 out of 8 from the field. You know, he got a couple of blocks dun sa import, but he's at least being more aggressive, and yung enthusiasm dun sa laro ni Mac Cardona evident in this ballgame.
Well, I think Meralco fans welcome the sight of Cardona already talking. Makalaban. You know, he was talking Justin Williams earlier, even Mikey. A lot of players talk Mikey, but you know, at least you know that Mac is determined to make a huge impact in a basketball game.
Especially, you know, if you're a player like Mac Cardona, sanay ka na ikaw yung inaasan. It's either you love him or you don't love him.
It's either you hate him or you don't love him. I wonder if there was any point in Mac Cardona's life na shy type siya. Parang mahirap. Feeling ko kahit nasa nursery siya sa ospital, tinutot na niya yung ibang baby to. No height
Siya
mo.
yung nangaasar?
Oo, no height mo. Okay, all eyes on Gary David right now. I'm pretty sure Junel Baculi, we'll get to that. Let's hear from Erica first. What did both teams talk about in their locker rooms?
According to Coach Ryan, they always start with that long sleep. Buti na lang daw nakabangon sila second quarter pa lang. Usually daw kasi they wake up tas wala ng oras. Dinagdag pa niya, they just have to guard JP Belanchon and Willie Miller better na gumagawa ng maganda. Sa Global naman, they have to build that character of not giving up kahit ano ang sitwasyon. Lamang sila 17 points as biglang nawala. It's really all about mental toughness to sustain and to not throw opportunities away. Balik sa inyo?
I believe Ryan was, of course, referring to their last game against Petron Blaze. You know, when you fall behind big against talented teams, even if you make a comeback, more often than not, kakapusin yun.
Lalo na sa kanila, fourth quarter na yun.
Yes.
So they had very little time. But, you know, you gotta credit na nakabalik sila. That they just not stop playing at tapos na yung laro.
Two guys tried to climb aboard the Japet Airlines.
I really like how aggressive Japet Aguilar has been dito sa komperensyang ito. Really out to prove something. You know, when you ask to be traded, kailangan pakita mo sa laro mo na tama na hiningi mo yun. Kasi kung humingi ka ng trade, sabay hindi mo naman mapapakita, wala din, di ba? So he wants to prove something in this league.
I think he wants to prove a lot. With everything that he has gone through sa kanyang basketball career, if he puts together, you know, a stellar conference, that will really make a lot of people believe genuinely in what he can do. Here's Justin Williams.
Basically, what Japet Aguilar wants to do is hindi lang puro potential. Well, a lot of people have talked about his potential.
But that will be a goaltending violation against Justin Williams. Counted yung layup ni Eric Dawson, and he's in double figures with 10.
So good pass that time by Cliff Hodge. But also, even if that was a goaltending violation, you still like Justin Williams trying to go after that shot because ano yan, iba yung mental note na pinapakita mo dun sa kalaban mo, nakahabulin mo yung mga tira.
Sana pinag-back slap na niya. 3 points din naman eh. Meantime, here's Sol Mercado on the right side. Sol against Ross. Sol inside. Strong move, and the basket is good.
And that's why it's so difficult to keep up with Sol Mercado. He's quick. Nakasabay si Chris Ross dun sa quickness, pero dun sa lakas ng upper body ni Sol Mercado. Not too many guards can do that.
Let's go over the gentleman on the floor for Meralco. It's Eric Dawson. This is that layup. Ross, Hodge, Cardona, and Sunday. For GlobalPort, Japet, Mark Ye, Justin Williams, Sol, and Gary. Here's G over Cardona.
Oh, great box out by Cliff Hodge. That's what they need from Cliff Hodge.
Room violation.
Cardona somehow, even if there's that yung old Mac Cardona semblance of it, parang hindi siya makakuha ng tuloy-tuloy. Hindi makausbong itong si Mac Cardona.
Any amount of attitude has to be backed up by performance.
And that's why a lot of people did not like Mac Cardona, lalo magkalaban mo.
Because he did.
Oh, he was able to prove it.
Dawson with the rebound. Meralco working on this 8-point deficit. Here's Ross. Pasa. Sunday for 3.
On target in today's ball game. 4 out of 4 from the 3-point area.
Veterans night talaga. Sunday and Raynel plays very well. Gary fires a 3.
Namang pahuli itong si Gary David. Veterano din ako. 16 points now for Gary David.
You know, Gary looks really comfortable with this. And you compare how Gary looked. I know he was injured for the most part of last conference, but you look at him, he looks really comfortable taking shots with this current setup.
Ang ganda dito kay Gary David. In kumpiyansa din niya tumaas ever since he joined the national team.
That's a good point. International experience na.
Siguro mo nakakapuntos ka ng ganun when you're playing against taller, bigger guys. Stuff that you usually just watch on TV or read in the papers or the internet. Tapos ngayon nakakapuntos ka na, ikaw na yung napupunta dun sa mga website of the international competition.
For more on Gary David, let's go to Erica.
Malakas ang TNT noong nakaraang laban ng GlobalPort pero hinayaan daw nilang lalong lumakas ang kalaban. Ngayon daw for them to be more consistent sa kanilang execution, kailangan mapairal ang trust. Di na raw uubra ang superhero mindset dahil mas mapipressure lang ang bawat isa to deliver para isalba ang team. Importante daw na maging aware ang lahat that everybody is capable. Balik sa inyo.
So that is Erica's contribution to the discussion on Granada and Attorney Rado Di Malino.
Meron din.
Papagitin ko ba?
Oh, sige, sama mo.
I just, out of journalistic duty, as Willie Miller misses, sabi ni Attorney Rado, pati ba daw si Isabel Granada? related kay Gary. Anyway, let's move on. Sometimes law school is so hard. Here's Hodge.
Cliff Hodge. That's what we mentioned in the first and the second quarters. Impact plays, impact minutes for a Cliff Hodge. Ganda, pinakita niya last conference. Now struggling a little bit, but if he's able to make plays like that, kanina naka-alley-oop dunk siya. Kanina pinakita din natin na he was able to box out the import and let his teammates get that rebound. Now he's able to leak out and get the ball and also get fouled.
Wow, Meralco keeping it close after trailing by as many as 17 points in this ball game. It's just a 4-point lead for the Batang Bear. Mercado. Japet takes care of business.
Talking about getting high up in the air, Japet Aguilar with 10 points. Kung impact play daw yun kay Cliff Hodge, ano yun?
Mas impact play. Di ba pwede assist pa rin kay Sol yun?
Pwede, no? Parang ganun din eh.
Wow, what a
gotta
play.
see that.
That's an automatic top 5 player right there. Cliff Hodge answers back with a fundamental attacking move to the basket.
And you can see the smartness of Japet Aguilar. Alam niya matlakas siya tumalon eh. So every time the ball goes up, you go for a rebound. If you can alley-oop Sam it, you go and do it. Dahil madaling puntos yun.
For Japet, yes. Here's Chris Ross rather. Chris Ross slow things down a bit. Here's that play. Japet airlines taking flight. Sometimes now I wonder kung pasa ba talaga yon o his layup on the part of Sobel. Either way, it led to a beautiful play.
Just what a play in Japet Aguilar. That just goes to show you yung athleticism ng Japet Aguilar.
Here's Willie. Willie again. Now the loose ball foul against John Dan Salvador.
Almost another smart play by Willie Miller. Nung nasupalpal siya, binitawan niya yung bola pero nakuha pa rin niya ulit. But not getting the shot that time. You can see Willie Miller.
More than halfway done. This is the third period and it's just a 4-point game. Meralco can trim it down to a 2-point deficit if they score here. Hesitation move. Ross. Alley-oop for Eric Dawson.
Ganun daw ang assist, sabi ni Chris Ross. Another assist for Chris Ross and Eric Dawson now with 12 points in the ballgame.
Chris Ross, by the way, already with 11 assists. Chris Ross, telling Hutch, katabi lang kita, bro. But anyway, here's that nice lob pass by Ross to Dawson. That's assist number 11. And Meralco is knocking on the door, down by just 2. Action continues here in the third. Matter of fact, action is heating up. It's just a 2-point game in favor of GlobalPort. Oh, Japet wanted to throw that down. You saw it, kagatlabi, and he really wanted to throw it down. Oh! That's a throwdown. That is a throwdown.
You know, I'm gonna put myself out on a limb here. This is probably, this conference at least, pinakamadaming dunks sa isang laro.
You may be right. You're probably right. Meantime, here's Willie. Willie, step back jumper. No, Ross with the rebound. We're all tied up at 58. Pwede na lumabang ang Meralco dito. Cardona to Hodge. And Hodge dives. And it's last touch on Cliff Hodge.
Cardona passing up that shot. Could have been an easy 2 for him. Here's Cardona. Well, Cliff Hodge first with that jam. We're gonna count how many dunks already we have in this ball game.
Come on, Roy. Count it. Sige natin extra trabaho. Here's Sol. Side ball game and carry. No! And he'll take 3 free throws. Foul on Sunday. Let's talk about Cliff Hodge, shall we, Erica?
I can do better. Yan ang sabi ni Cliff Hodge sa kanyang performance so far. Lalo pa na dalawang posisyon ang ginagalawan niya. 4 and 3. He knows that Coach Ryan is developing him to become one of the better defenders. At kasama sa ginagawa ni Cliff to become better on his role ay ang pagpapalaki ng katawan. He gained about 18 pounds and now he weighs 200 pounds. Nakakatulong daw yon sa kanyang physicality syempre and keeping his balance. Balik sa inyo.
Can you say that again? 200 pounds?
200 pounds!
200 pounds!
Pwede pang ring announcer si Erica, no?
Nakakalabanin si Bruce Buffer. 200 pounds of excitement. Itong si Clifford Hodge. Wow, that was an angry throwdown.
Parang sinabi niya kay Japet, kanto naman!
You know what? I think this week's edition of the top 5 plays, lahat mangyayari sa game na to.
Japet
Which is
Aguilar.
good kasi post dalawang lalabas to. Dawson, people holding on to the arms of Eric Dawson.
At mahirap yung mga dunk, sa larong ito. Alley-oop,
Dito yung mga basic lang na,
hindi breakaway.
Kiyabang natin, akala mo naman kaya-kaya natin mag-dunk.
Bakit? Doon sa 9 feet na court. Ako, ikaw.
Hirap pa rin ako.
Sa 8 nga.
Here's Sol with a sidestep move rather, and Ross wants to answer back almost. You know, these two teams, parang sila, if you want to celebrate, go ahead. We're going to run. No, you make a good shot, you make a dunk, you know, you make a good play. If you want to celebrate, we'll leave you.
And that's one of the things that how basketball has evolved in the past few years. You know, before, you let celebrate, slow it down, sige, para makabalik. But now, you know, habang nagse-celebrate pa yung kabilang team, bilisan mo yung laro, makabawi ka agad.
Which actually takes a lot of willpower because human nature is when the opponent makes a big play, sa shoulder mo, and a few that about it as Sol misses. Here's Ross. Ross is on the move against Japet. And Ross protecting the ball with his body, something that every point guard on the planet should know how to do.
Well, aside from that, he cut off yung flight path nitong si Japet Aguilar.
3 and 20 remaining in what has been a thrilling third period. GlobalPort still up by 3. Rondan against Rosser. Rondan.
Great box out that time by the Meralco Bulls. One of the things that they really need to work on yung kanilang rebounding, yung rebounding ng locals.
That's another assist para kay Ross. And that's 13 assists. Chris Ross. Oh, 14. Sorry. 14 assists. Oh, Sol's down. He got hit on the face on that swipe attempt. Okay. Alright. We'll check on Sol Mercado during this break. Clarifying the numbers of Chris Ross. There's Eric Dawson who's beneficiary ng mga assists ni Ross. Here's the play earlier, a swipe by Chris. I don't know, maybe Chris or Eric Dawson or both. We'll check on him pagbalik natin. It's a 1-point game here in the third quarter. Lamang ang GlobalPort, 63-62. Gary David is in motion. Ball was with AJ Mandani. Shot clock down to 7. Here's Gary. Sunday really chasing him all over the court. Justin Williams scores. Quiet scoring night for Justin.
Well, only 3 points so far for Justin Williams. And looking at how Meralco has tried to come back dito sa larong ito. You know, very seldom do you see imports with a lot of steals. Eric Dawson already 4 steals in this building.
New shot clock for Meralco. They're down by 3. Paul Artadi setting the offense. Artadi, pasa, Cardona. Cardona attacks open lane. And Cardona gets it against Justin Williams.
We talked about Chris Ross protecting that basketball against Japet Aguilar. That time, Cardona being solid, protecting the basketball against the block of Justin Williams.
Backed up with 8 points tonight. Bagsak si Willie Miller. Foul against Mac Cardona and penalty. Actually, both teams are now in the penalty with 1:44 remaining. It's the third quarter.
You know, these teams, both teams waiting for that big breakout basketball game. GlobalPort coming off that big loss ito ng Meralco. Tatlong dikit-dikit na talo.
Hard-hitting punches ang muling mapapanood sa Active. Isang matinding boxing match sa pagitan ni Pundridge at Smith. Bibida sa Big Time Bakbakan. Mamaya, 9 p.m. only here on Active.
Weighing 200 pounds.
Dapat si Erika, pwedeng racket yan eh. Ring announcer.
Pwede mo siya mag-double, ring announcer tsaka round girl.
What say you, Erika? We'll ask her later. Meantime, here's Jordan to Justin. And Mandani will clear the loose ball. So bagong shot clock for GlobalPort. Jordan, okay, Justin. That will be an offensive foul. Referee Sherwin Pineda telling Coach Junel that Justin used his shoulder.
A little bit frustration already for Justin Williams. Hindi siya masyado nakakapokus. Well, the setup job of their locals, usually itong si Justin Williams, diretso na yan, titira na siya. But you gotta credit the defense of Eric Dawson being able to get there even before he made that move.
One minute to go here in the third quarter. Here's Cardona against Willie. Ray Guevara back in the ball game. Cardona repost, erased by Justin Williams.
I haven't seen Mac Cardona hook shot block twice in one ball game.
That's true. That's so true. I was going to say, not even in college, pero no. I remember that game. When the shot was blocked twice. Here's that block by Justin Williams. And another look at that shot block.
Sean, the revelation in the second quarter. 11 points in that quarter.
I don't know if JP will be happy that you want to call him Granadito.
Ako ba may sabi nun?
Ikaw magsabi mo. Inirehis ko. It's on record. I have evidence.
I will edit it. Mas maganda yung Junior Granada.
I will screen grab it. Time winding down here in the third. It's Mac against Willie. What was that? A teardrop pass? Here's Artadi. No!
Sorry, missed that time for Paul Artadi. Great cut, great pass, just not the shot.
Time winding down in the third. It's just a 1-point game. GlobalPort holding on to a precarious 1-point lead. 5 seconds to shoot. Willie. Oh! GlobalPort asking for a goaltending violation. But at the end of the third period, GlobalPort will cling to a 1-point lead. There's Chapet Aguilar taking care of business. If that third quarter was a dunk fest, Chapet with a throwdown, Hodge with a throwdown. Fans going bananas with the brand of action during that third quarter. Babalik kami with the fourth and final period. Tapos ang Pala. Pagtatapos naman sa game 2, Kaya against Stallion Santa Lucia. Ngayong Martes na, simula 5 p.m. sa Emperador Stadium, McKinley Hill. Fort Bonifacio Taguig, live and exclusive dito lang sa app. So here's Mac
Cardona in that third quarter struggled a little bit with 4 turnovers.
GlobalPort has Willie Miller, John Dan Salvador as Willie slices through. Diyan din si AJ Mandani, JP Delencion, and their import Justin Williams. Here's Mandani with the spin. Good play by John Dan.
Back-to-back rebounds, back-to-back extra possessions for GlobalPort because of John Dan Salvador.
Here's Mandani. Delencion in motion. Now being hounded by Ray Guevara. Remember, the second quarter, they were leaving him open. And that would be a region foul against Paul Artadi.
The great thing about playing a good game, especially in points, is malaking lift para dun sa kupunan mo. But at the same time, pag nakakapuntos ka ng ganun, didepensahan ka na.
Yes, that's normally the problem. Mandani wants to post up Artadi. Up and under move by AJ Mandani.
I like how AJ Mandani plays it. Pag alam niya mas mabilis siya, dadaanin niya sa bilis. Pero ngayon, alam niya mas malaki siya, mas malaki ang kanyang katawan. Post up Paul Artadi for the 2.
Here's Artadi, joined by Hugnatan, Guevara, Dawson, and Cardona. Cardona on the move, receives the pass. Give and go to Fafare and Reynel. Erased by Justin Williams.
Justin Williams, a lot of blocks again in today's ball game. That's number 6 for Justin Williams.
Look, he's not scoring a lot, but he's getting rebounds, he's playing defense, and he's blocking a lot of shots.
One of the things that Coach Junel Bakuli said, after that first game of Justin Williams, he was able to score a lot of points. May alam mo, gusto ko lang mag-focus naman siya dun sa depensa, rebounding, how to get and help them on defense, and that's what he's doing in today's ball game.
Because, by now, GlobalPort has played 4 games. GlobalPort fans, though, Justin is not a post-up player. He's not an inside operator. He improves his footwork. Hindi siya ganun kaswado sa loob.
Neither can he create his own shot.
Just as I say that, he scores underneath.
But if you look at that, it was coming off a pass, tapos nag-pivot lang siya sa loob.
So hindi siya yung one-on-one post-up move.
Oo, tapos mag-create siya for himself or either his teammates.
So GlobalPort labang ng 5, and Eric Dawson makes a move for the Bolts.
ihambing mo na lang yung dalawang import. Eric Dawson can create for himself and for his teammates. Justin Williams, much more potent defender. He will get those offensive rebounds, he will get those putbacks, and he will slide down to the lane pagka nalibre siya and get those 2 points. He will not create for himself.
That will be the fourth personal against Willie Miller. Now, Willie was exceptional in the second quarter. He came off the bench, which appears to be yung kanyang bagong role sa offense ng GlobalPort. Willie will sit down. Gary David is back in the ball game. Sunday will replace Ray Guevara for Meralco. We are in the early moments of the fourth and final quarter. At 5 ang kailangan na bullet dito ng Meralco Bulls. As Ron J. That will be shot block number 7 for Justin Williams.
Justin Williams, what he's doing is inuunahan na niya. Alam niya pagdating, he's already, buwelo na siya papunta dun sa tira. And that's why he's gotten Mac Cardona twice.
Sunday! That ball ends up with JP Belenchon. Danny, very patient here. To Belenchon for 3. Yes, sir!
JP Belenchon not yet done. 15 points in the ball game for Belenchon. And his field goal percentage, very high.
They are leaving Junior Granada, a.k.a. Granadito. Back in a moment. Active. Well, JP Belenchon has been the big story tonight. Tell us more about JP, Erica.
Simple lang ang sagot ni JP Belenchon sa kanyang magandang laro. Kinuha lang daw niya ang opportunity para makagawa. Nagawa lang daw niya dahil nagtutulungan sila at lumalabas lang daw talaga ang kanilang pinagtatrabahuhan sa ensayo. Alex, sa inyo?
Is he 200 pounds? Actually, parang 200 pounds yung firepower na pit-pit niya with his outside shots.
Ganun yung impact niya dito sa larong ito.
Absolutely. Ross. Hodge. Wow! Fancy play by Hodge. Taking it to the rack in the face of Justin Williams.
14 points now for Cliff Hodge. His best game so far this conference.
However, there is still a 6-point lead for GlobalPort. Maraming oras pa natitira dito sa fourth quarter. Here's Gary, open. Yes, sir! That's a 3!
When you talk about Meralco, one thing they need to do is to be able to defend those 3-point shots of GlobalPort. They've been giving it up too much.
Here's Ross. Shot block number 8 for Justin Williams. Here's Bandani. Junior Granada. 12 Granada!
Kuya, ikaw naman! Another 3-point shot for Guy David. 25 points!
This GlobalPort team continues to amaze. Remember, they are trying to bounce back from that shellacking they got from Talking Tex. And now, they have people throwing bombs from Rainbow Country. Guys off the bench, guys in the starting unit. And this was a close game. Not anymore.
Not anymore because of the 3-point shooting. 10 out of 24 from that 3-point area. 42% for GlobalPort. Plus, 20 assist na itong GlobalPort.
And Justin Williams, their import, how many points?
5 points? 5 points. Ilang block?
8 blocks. 8 blocks. I mean, you talk about a team na yung term complementing parts. You know yung talagang yung connection nila sa isa't isa, it really makes sense when you look at the total picture.
When you look at them, they ask from their import to just defend, change shots, block shots. You have your 3-point shooters wide open, they're making the shots. You have Sol Mercado creating to make those shots. You have Gary David, your number 1 scorer, scoring.
Hodge doing a Mac Cardona.
Cliff Hodge now feels a lot more confident of that matchup against Justin Williams. Alam niya madadaan niya sa bilis.
Now, Meralco's down by 10. if their last game was any indication, this team has the ability to climb back in a hurry. So this 10-point lead is not insurmountable by any measure. Here's Cardona, and he scores.
That's what you need if you're Meralco. Be patient, be smart, not just throw things up there when it's not open. Cardona being patient, one little shot fake, driving closer, getting the 2 points, cutting down the lead to just 8. This is that Mac Cardona shot. He was open from the 3-point area. They were down 10. Kung tinira niya yun, could have been just down 7. Pero kung hindi pumasok yun, wala silang rebound. Took it closer, got the 2 points. Now they're only down by 8.
That drives home your point. If gusto mo humabol, it's a 30-point lead. You need to make smart plays because of the opportunities na natitira in a game that has 7 minutes remaining in it.
And how did they get back from that last game? They played smart. In the fourth quarter, they were playing against Petron. Malaki yung kalamangan ng Petron noon, but inunti-unti nila. Guys like Chris Ross scored 9 points in that comeback, though they didn't win. But you know that they have the ability to come back.
On the floor, para sa GlobalPort, Sol Mercado, Jordan Salvador, shot clock machine, Justin Williams, surprise package tonight, JP Belenchon, and of course, Gary Noville. Here's JP, fakes. Justin Williams, shot clock winding down, and that will be a foul against Jordan Salvador.
Talk about complementing each other. Jordan Salvador, 21 minutes he's played, but he's got 7 rebounds.
Meralco down by 8. Wala, pupunta kay Mac. Babalik kay Chris Ross. No. That will be last touch on Cliff Hodge.
Even if he missed that basketball.
You like that shot?
I like it because he did not hesitate. He caught the basketball and went up for the shot. At si Cardona, meron siyang trust na pasahan si Chris Ross for that jump shot.
Yeah, because nung bago si Chris Ross sa PBA, magdadalawang isip ko siya eh.
Oh, at alam mo yung pagiging assist man, just like a Sol Mercado, when you give the basketball, after a while, hindi mo napapasahan kung hindi nakakashoot or you don't trust that person to be able to make good decisions with that basketball.
Right now, GlobalPort trusting their outside shooters completely.
Another 3-point shot for GlobalPort. That's 11 made 3-point baskets this ball game.
I'm not sure the Meralco coaching staff was happy with that 3-point attempt by Hodge, but they'll be happy with that block shot. Hodge loses it.
You like the energy of Cliff Hodge, but a little bit over-eager. Yung 3-point shot niya kanina, he was able to get it back with that block shot, and then he was trying to go for the fast break where he could have given it to their point guard to set things up.
I saw Joe Uchiko on the Meralco bench gesturing, easy lang. Easy to rush, but it's the steal. Here's Sol Mercado. Shot clock continues to run. Willie Miller for 3. Rebound, Eric Dawson. Here's Ross. Pasa Dawson.
Chris Ross, every time he's dribbling towards the basket, already trying to scan sino bang mapapasahan niya, who's open for a good shot. That time he found Eric Dawson. Dawson getting fouled.
If you're Meralco, now would be a nice time na biglang magising yung opensa ni Eric Dawson.
Eric Dawson now with 15 points, 16. He's been playing solid on both ends of the floor. And one guy who can really change things up para dito sa Meralco will be Mac Cardona because he's the guy na tinitignan nila talaga para makapuntos.
Mac Cardona with 10 points so far. Meantime, bola na kay Justin Williams. He's not a 3-point threat. Dawson is leaving him alone. Sol Mercado now, eyeball to eyeball with Ross. Justin Williams was open. He was given the ball by Sol. Mac! No! I think that was the perfect shot for that situation.
So Cardona, also smarter that time, didn't wait for Justin Williams. Shot is a little bit too long.
83-74, lamang pa rin ang GlobalPort Batang Bear. We have less than 5 minutes remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Moving back. Back inside the big dome, and Cardona focal point. Meralco's attack here.
So Mac Cardona with 10 points in this ball game. They want him to be able to get more shots, get things going for himself and his team. They know that ever since Sol Mercado was traded, Cardona is the main man in terms of scoring. But Cardona having difficulty against the import Justin Williams, except that time he was able to sneak through that 2 points. And you look at Mac Cardona, you know, the points are there. 15 points ang kanyang average at the field goal percentage. The swagger is what people are saying that's kulang ng kaunti.
I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Ateneo men's football team for winning the UAP crown, defeating defending champion UP. Saan si Atty. Rato dito? Via penalty kicks, 4-2. Murayama again, the hero of that game. Congratulations to the Blue Booters. Meantime, here's Gary. Gary pulling up, and that's good.
Good defense translating into easy offense for GlobalPort. Gary David now with 27 points in the ball game, 16 in the second half.
Ross. Cardona on the right side. Cardona for 3.
Changing things up for Mac Cardona. If I'm not mistaken, that's probably his first 3-point attempt this ball game.
Yes, it is. So Meralco staying within shouting distance here. Under 4 minutes remaining sa fourth and final quarter. GlobalPort looking for win number 3. Meralco looking for win number 2. And Chapin knocks it down. Back to a 10-point lead for the Batang Bear. Here's Ross again. Pasa, Dawson. Dawson open. Makes it.
He won't hesitate to take that jumper. Too easy para kay Eric Dawson.
We're approaching the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. All ends up with Chris Ross. Cardona to Sunday. Sunday will score, and it's back to a 6-point game.
More manageable for the Meralco
ayaw
Bolts.
ng Meralco lumayo ang GlobalPort.
Now, there's still a lot of time. 2 minutes and 59, 6-point lead only. The good thing about Meralco, they're not panicking kahit lumamang itong GlobalPort. Even if they have impact plays, Meralco still staying in the ball.
Let's check the imports of both teams. Imports with very different styles of play. Dawson gives you offense. Justin Williams gives you blocks. Blocks and dunks and rebounds.
Hindi na uubusan itong si Justin Williams.
I mean, why the contrast? Look at the points.
Of Justin Williams, 8 blocks. Ang ibig sabihin lang yan, 16 points yung na-contribute niya. Dagdagan mo. Kasi 8 blocks yun, times 2. So dapat pasok.
The points that he saved.
Yes, so 16 points yung effect niya on defense.
Carry for 3. So Meralco with an opportunity here as we approach the last 2 minutes ng fourth quarter. Another comeback bid by Meralco perhaps. Dawson drop step up and under. One more try, no go. Willie has it. Willie on the move. Willie all the way.
Willie Miller with the best game so far this conference. 22 big points coming off the bench, lifting GlobalPort in this game.
It's back to an 8-point lead para sa GlobalPort. Dawson is fouled.
For Coach Ryan Gregorio, we like how Dawson has been so aggressive. But Willie Miller, look at him. He had only one thing in mind: get the 2 points, splitting the defense, getting his 22nd point.
Wow, that's old school thriller right there. Meantime, GlobalPort for them, rather Meralco, for them, time becoming a very relevant issue. As Dawson was 1 out of 2. So it's a 7-point lead para sa GlobalPort. Miller, Williams, Aguilar, Mercado, and Carey on the floor. So you have the MMDA plus Justin Justin Williams' unit for the bottom pair. 10 to shoot. Sol has the ball. To Willie against Cardona. Back to Sol. Shot clock down to 4. Sol Mercado misses. That ball will stay with GlobalPort.
The effort of Gary David trying to keep that ball alive. Balikan natin itong si Willie Miller, 22 points in this ball game. This conference, ang average niya 4 points lang. And his highest output so far this conference before this game was only 7.
I mean, the points, of course, world of difference, but body language, aggressiveness, total attitude of Willie is so different in this ball game.
Pagpasok pa lang ni Willie Miller, nandun na agad yung gustong manalo. Hinahanapan ng panalo itong GlobalPort coming off they want to bounce back from that big loss against Talk and Text.
Meralco also wants to bounce back. Sila rin gusto nila makabangon from a loss. Check out the MMDA of GlobalPort. Miller, Mercado, you have David, and of course you have Aguilar.
Just playing beautiful music together itong GlobalPort. 22 assists in this ball game and the number of blocks. Look at them. Miller, Mercado, David, and Aguilar combining for 67 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists.
Holy cow. You know what happens when you don't respect the MMDA?
You get caught?
Oo, matitikitan ka.
Parang sanay na sanay ka dyan.
Medyo. Medyo. Hindi na natuto na nga ako eh. 89-82, naghahabol ang Meralco, and of course they go to Sunday, and he gives them a Sunday special.
17 points for Sunday Salvacion. At ang kagandahan dito kay Salvacion, pahirap ng pahirap yung mga 3-point shots niya, but 5 out of 6 from that area.
That was challenged, that shot. Okay, so it's a 4-point game. GlobalPort. Let's see what they'll do here. Sol, breakdown move, blocked by Ross.
Talk about competitiveness. Magkaibigan tayong dalawa, pero we're wearing different jerseys. You go up against me, I'm gonna block your shot.
Shot clock, read 6. Carry. No. So Meralco with a chance here. They're down by just 4. Sunday, back to Ross. 89-85. Meralco naghahabol. Good bubble team on Chris Ross.
Nakabawi. Itong si Sol Mercado playing good defense, able to shackle him and get the steal.
Miller calling the play. Shot clock reads 8. Under a minute remaining sa fourth quarter. And there's a steal. Here's Cardona against Sol. Fouled. And Cardona will take 2 free throws.
Cardona, arguably, pwede mo sabihin dapat pinasa niya for the easy 2 points. But Cardona, taking the safer route, getting fouled, will try to earn it from the line. Mac Cardona now with 14 points in the ballgame, 7 rebounds and 3 steals.
This Meralco team just refuses to lose.
And that's what Coach Ryan Gregorio wants. Keep on competing, because if the effort is there, the competitiveness is there, a win is not so far away.
So dalawa na lang ang lamang ng GlobalPort. This was a 17-point lead earlier in the ball game. Pahinga natin si Coach Junel.
Ganun pa rin inbound natin, ha? Guy, you're here. Sol, okay. Willie, tapos Justin, Japet, here. Okay. We are back. 8 seconds is shot clock. Okay, back pick, go. Pop out. Sol, get the ball. Tapos Japet, stay here. Gary, stay here. The other one, stay here. Just stay here first, Justin. So si Justin. You stay here first. When the clock reaches about 10 seconds, that's the time to go. Alright?
Okay, that was the strategic powwow of GlobalPort. Look at this substitution. JP Belenchon joins Gary David, Sol, Justin Williams, and Japet. Pinalitan ni JP si Willie Miller. So let's see if GlobalPort will extend their 2-point lead. 36 seconds na natitira. Justin Williams has the ball. Hand off to Sol Mercado. Shot clock reads 19. It's Sol against Ross. Eyeball to eyeball. Sol waiting. He's waiting for the opportunity here. And now he makes his move. Sol to JP. He fires. No go. Chop it. Put back. No. Meralco has the ball. They call the timeout. They are down by 2.
Well, that's a good play by GlobalPort. Why? They were able to wind the clock down, get a shot, but maybe they wanted by the guy that they wanted to take it open. Pero challenge, bigay mo dun sa depensa na pinakita nitong Meralco. Let's look at Sol Mercado breaking down the defense. They have this pass to Belenchon, but Cardona was able to get out of Belenchon. And Japet Aguilar almost with that tip-in. But Cliff Hodge, again, making the difference on defense, getting that rebound. So good defense for the Meralco Bolts, keeping themselves alive by just 2 points ang lamang nitong GlobalPort. Now they have 9.5 seconds either to tie or win this ball game.
Alright, we get 2 zippers for Macmac. Alright, hey, Macmac! Macmac, coach, penetrate. Itong tao ni E, help sa akin yan. Yes. He's gonna help. Be ready. He's gonna help. For sure. You go behind him. Alright? Stay down, Sunday right here. Sunday right here. Let's go, team.
Well, nakita nyo, Mac and Eric Dawson, they have some form of agreement in this play. 9.5 seconds to go. Meralco with a chance to tie. If they hit the 3, and it's at the buzzer, they win the game. Chris Ross will start the play. Sunday is in motion. Dawson will get it. Babalik kay Ross. Meralco down by 2. Here's Ross. Mac on the move. Mac emergency pass. Sunday! Oh! He got it! He got it! Special! He got it!
What a shot by Sunday Salvacion! The referees are going to review that. What a big shot by Sunday Salvacion. You know, GlobalPort played good defense. Sinubukan nilang deny itong si Mac Cardona. David was able to help him out, and Cardona, Justin Williams helping out, Sol Mercado helping out, but Sunday Salvacion given that inch
Off the glass! That's a super Sunday special.
You know, you talked about top 5 plays of the week na manggagaling dito sa larong ito.
I think all the top plays tuloy. Top 5 plays will have to come from this game. That's our Presto Cool under pressure play. Brought to you by Presto Coolant. Prevents overheating, works better than water alone. Now in a cool new packaging. Unbelievable finish here in the big dome.
Ibang
Wow!
klase itong linaro ng Meralco Bolts. You know, Meralco not giving up. GlobalPort was there. They were always giving their best, pero competing. Itong Meralco Bolts, wow, pulling out this 1-point squeaker against GlobalPort, 90-89.
And I will strangle you if hindi mo pinili si Sunday Salvacion as best player.
Ibang klase ang ginawa nito si Sunday Salvacion.
Sasampalin kita if you don't choose him. So, we'll talk to Sunday right now. Bro, Sunday.
Yay.
Ikaw ba, yung tira mo, pabanda to win the game. Pagbitaw mo ba, alam mo, pasok na?
First of all, I'd like to thank kay God, no, sa game na to. Kanina, sa huddle namin, sabi nga ni yung play sa akin, then second kay Mac, Pag wala, drive din, bell out ako. So sabi nga ng import sa akin, pag libre banat, nakita ko wala na time, wala na talaga Mabuti, thanks God na pumasok.
Ibang klase, Sunday, napakalaki nitong panalong ito para sa inyo. You guys are on a 3-game losing streak. Ibang klase, nung pagkatira mo, nasa sahig ka, lahat kayo nagtalo na at mukhang yung cohesiveness ng Meralco Bolts nandyan.
Oo nga sabi mo kanina, don't give up. Kasi may pag-asa pa naman. Yung game na to, importante para sa amin.
Sunday, ano ba meron ng Meralco? Bakit ayaw nyo sumuko sa mga laro ninyo? You almost won the game, yung huling laro nyo, now nanalo na kayo.
Oo nga mga ilang games namin na dikit lang laban, natatalo kami. So mga little things lang kasi, tapos nag-adjust kami. Thanks God kay Coach Ryan na binigyan ako ng trust. Ang focus ko naman talaga, kailangan ma-contain ko si Gary. Then thanks God na pumapasok naman yung outside ko.
Okay, Sunday, dahil ang ganda ng game-winning shot mo, pwede mong batiin ang buong Pilipinas. Go ahead.
Una sa lahat, batiin ko yung mga kababayan ko sa Albatago, Sir Gordonsor, mga kapatid ko, mga pamangkin ko. Sa lahat mga kababayan ko, sa wife ko, sa mga mother ko, sa mga kapatid ko, sa lahat, lahat na hindi ko nabanggit, binabati ko sila. Kay Busdari, nandito ngayon. Sa lahat mga PBA fans at saka Meralco, sana patuloy kayo supportahan yung Meralco. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat din, Sunday, for giving us a thrilling ending to a thrilling game. Congratulations to Sunday Salvacion and the Meralco Bolts winning a dramatic game over the GlobalPort Batang here. Sunday leading the Veterans Night. Really played well, but in the end, Meralco hitting the game winner Sunday with a super Sunday special. For Eric Padilla, my partner Dominic Uy, I'm Migo Alili saying good night from the Big Dome. May second game pa tayo. Meantime, active setter next.